Hey, Rock Creek Church, Jeff Martin here. I want to thank you for praying for us as we have been putting together a strategic plan for 2020 and 2021. As you know, during COVID, this is a kind of a challenging time to plan anything, but we wanted to make sure that we were trusting the Lord by putting together this plan. So instead of doing another Zoom call, I thought I would just do this video, and we'll put this up on Facebook. We'll send it out in the e-news. And if you have questions about the plan, please let me know. In each of the things I'm going to talk about, you're going to see kind of our ministry steps and then ways for you to be involved. So as you're watching this, you actually may want to have your phone or have your calendar available to you because I'm going to be putting some dates on there so that you can see. Now, we'll put everything up on our calendar at Rock Creek, rcreek.com/calendar. But just for your own action steps, you may want to take a look at what this plan looks like. So first of all, just a reminder, this is what we're about at Rock Creek. We're trusting God to multiply diverse communities of people, transformed and empowered by the gospel. And as our vision, that really is the thing that drives us. It's the thing that has propelled us to create this plan. And at the very head of our vision statement is trusting God. And so everything that we're doing, we need to trust God with. So in brief, here are some goals that we have for this ministry year. We're in September of 2020 through the next summer. One of the things that we feel like God's laid on our heart is that we have to be prepared, as that vision statement talks about trusting God for diverse communities of people. We want to be prepared for that. We want to be prepared for whatever God has for us in terms of ministry. And so that's one of our goals, and you'll see how it plays out in our plan. We want to trust God for a growing, diverse congregation from a successful relaunch in the spring of 2021. So you remember this last March, we did a relaunch at Bayard Rustin Elementary School. On March 1st, we had a grand opening. In many ways, this is kind of take two. We are going to try to do a public relaunch sometime in the spring of 2021, and obviously, we have to be mindful of what's happening with COVID, and so we don't have firm dates on that yet. And with that, we want to see a core group of 10 young families be brought to Rock Creek Church. Those of you know, years ago, we struggled having some young families, and we trusted God, and He brought those young families. And we've been through a lot of transition, and we need to see God do that again and raise up a young family. So that's what we're praying for. And so here are the broad ministry steps that I just want to share with you briefly. These are the steps that we see that God's calling us to make. The first one is to grow a prayerful dependence on God. And I'm going to kind of double click on each of these steps in the next slide so you'll see. We want to reorganize our ministry teams. We've already begun to do that in light of COVID, in light of the things that we're doing in ministry right now. We want to specifically prepare our hearts to welcome a diverse community of people. And finally, we want to create and execute a new ministry relaunch plan for the spring of 2021. So some of that is going to be developing as things with COVID change and our opportunities change. So those are our broad ministry steps. So just to click on each of these, the first action step here, or the first step, is to grow a prayerful dependence on God. And so what we want to do is we're going to start this semester, this sort of ministry season with 40 days of prayer. We're going to do this Mondays through Fridays, so not on Saturday and Sunday. And we're going to begin this next Tuesday, September 8th. And we're going to lead these live on our Facebook page at 12 p.m. So every day at 12 p.m. for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes absolute max, we're going to pause and we're going to pray and ask God and trust Him with the things that are in this ministry plan. Now, how to be involved. If you are on Facebook, we would love for you to lead us in prayer. And so email me and say, hey, I'm willing to lead one of these 5-minute things. And we'll help you get set up with that. We'll show you how to do that. We'll give you all the instructions that you need. And you'll actually be able to lead that on our Rock Creek page. And so that's what we're trusting God to do. Please, if you're interested, let me know. Obviously, we have 40 slots available, and we'd love for different people in our congregation to lead. You'll be given the prayer requests, and you'll be given instruction. So love to have you join us for that. The second thing, and And obviously, just going back to the first thing, growing a prayerful dependence on God, this is just a first step, right? 40 days of prayer doesn't equal prayer, but this we thought was an important step. Secondly, reorganizing our ministry teams. As you know, we have a Sunday morning in person. We're meeting right now down at the Jewish Community Center off of Montrose Parkway, and we have a need for about 4 volunteers each week. We want to grow our leadership teams, and when I say that, I mean elder, deacon, community group leader. So during this time, we want to grow and develop leaders. And then we're going to need to hire a worship leader. As we talked about, Joel's going to be transitioning at some point. And so that's part of our action steps. Now, how you can be involved is, many of you are already doing this, to volunteer on Sundays. If you haven't already said, hey, I'm willing to volunteer on Sunday, please just send an email to Keith@rcreek.com and say, I'm willing to help, and we'll try to get you plugged in. And then secondly, be open to serving as an elder, a deacon, or a community group leader. We're put forth Gary Jones as a deacon candidate for treasurer already, and we're hoping actually to have more conversations with others about eldering and even about being a community group leader. So that's our second step. Third step is preparing our hearts for a diverse community, and I am really excited about this step. I'm excited because I think that we have a lot of momentum in this area, and I think God is with us in it. Action steps. As part of United in Action, we at Rock Creek Church want to fully take advantage of that, and there's an event coming up, which I'll say more about here in how to be involved. But being involved with this group of churches in Montgomery County, like-minded, who are all about the gospel and all about seeing the vision or seeing the gospel go into communities and transform lives. That's been a huge blessing for me personally. I want to make sure we're taking advantage of the events that United in Action has. Second, we're going to have monthly conversations on racial reconciliation. So here's how to be involved. First, you want to mark your calendar now, and you're going to sign up for events as they come. First of all, again, I've said this before, we're having a trans forum. It's a forum that transforms on Saturday, September 26th from 9 to 11 a.m. Put that on your calendar. And then we're going to have monthly conversations about racial reconciliation. We're going to watch a video that's about 15 minutes long. It's a discussion that people are having. And then we're going to break out into smaller groups on Zoom. So we'll do like breakout rooms on Zoom. And we want everyone that's involved at Rock Creek Church to participate. So those weeks, that would be October 7th, November 11th, and December 9th. Those are all Wednesdays. We're asking community groups not to meet that week, so we have maximum participation. We'll give you more information about those. They're probably going to be at 7, maybe 7:30, and they'll last maybe about an hour long. So we really want everyone to be involved with those. There'll be other things that we'll be doing, but these are the action steps that we're taking right now. And then finally, preparing for a spring 2021 relaunch. We're going to create and execute a new ministry plan that incorporates our partnership with MC Crew and Stepping Stone Shelter. We don't have a formal partnership with Stepping Stones, but we've done, a lot of us have volunteered there and continue to be involved providing meals, etc. So we want to incorporate a plan that includes those things. So we'll be praying and planning for that. And then the other thing is exploring the use of parenting seminars as possible outreach. And Rachel Peak, she'll be exploring more about this. We're in discussions already to think maybe January, February, March, somewhere in there, we would do some things on parenting that we would do for our congregation, but also post and push out on Facebook and invite other people into those conversations. So how to be involved in this area? Volunteer as a ministry liaison for Stepping Stone Shelter. We don't have anyone doing that. I'm kind of emailing back and forth right now. But we would love it if someone in the congregation, one of you that maybe has been there or understands more about what they're doing, to act as a liaison between us and them so that we can maybe help them with some projects they need or just further our sort of partnership with them. And then lastly here, connect with Rachel about the parenting outreach. Whether you're a parent or not, actually, we're trying to figure out the best way to do this that will serve both our congregation but also involve others. So those are the 4 steps. that we're trusting God, this ministry plan that we have for 2020, 2021. Feel free to reach out to me personally. You can email or give me a call, and we can talk about some more clarity on this. Again, I'm going to post this. It'll be up on YouTube, and then we're going to push it out on Facebook as well, because we want people to know, hey, this is our plan. If you're watching this and you're not a part of Rock Creek Church, we welcome you to kind of dive in. And if that vision that we're going after resonates with you, or you're looking for an authentic community of people that love Jesus and want to make him known, please join us. On Sundays, we're now meeting in person down at Bender JCC. That's off of Montrose Parkway. All the information about what's going on can be found at rcreek.com. If you're not signed up for the e-news, which comes out every Friday, you can go to rcreek.com/e-news, and every Friday we'll get those announcements to you and other information. So great to be able to speak with you guys today. And again, let's continue our conversations. I'm excited about this ministry year. Mark your calendar with some of these events, and let's go after what God has trusted to us. God bless.